Hi, and welcome to the Wellbeing Portal podcast today with an incredible expert in fitness. But before you think I know everything, you don't. Alexa Marine has been featured in Fox News in the States. She was a martial arts expert. She's had her entire career in the fitness industry until something 7 years ago really impacted her and changed her life. Took away all of those things for her that she felt were the things when you're doing everything you can, whether it be in yoga, Pilates, martial arts, cardio, press ups, sit ups, whatever it is. And still there's those things that aren't flat, those parts of your body that don't function optimally. She found this, and it's called Hypopressive. I'm still not even very good at saying the name. She is going to explain it. It's all about what is hypopressive, what is this low pressure exercise that creates so many high results with not much effort. So I want to just introduce her by saying, really, open your mind to what you can achieve in fitness in a different perspective, something completely new. By origin, she's from Spain. She now lives in the UK. She's known and she trains doctors and different experts in the States. She trains a lot of different celebrities globally to maximize who they are. And so now you have the opportunity to get a wealth of knowledge and information from her in this podcast. So I'm going to bring her on. Thank you for coming on, and looking forward to what you have to say about your expertise.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to spread the word. And you know what? You explained it perfectly. You, in a couple of words, said the root of this technique. No, when people say it, especially because this born in Spain, but when you pronounce in English, hypo what? People don't understand. No, hypopressive is a word compound from two, decrease pressure. So taking these two words, we're going to understand what happens when you practice hypopressive. Starting because Low Pressure Fitness, the company who create the training system, base this in postural and breathing exercise that decrease the abdominal pressure and give you aesthetic, healthy, and sport performance benefits. When you said you don't need that much time, is the big thing, no? When you learn the technique well, you just need twice a week for 3 minutes, not that much. At first, you have to understand what we're doing here. It's very important.
Sorry, you just said it just cut there, so I just want to make sure that part, because that's critical, wasn't missed. So you said the importance is, once you've got the technique, that all you need is twice a week for 20 minutes to basically be able to take yourself forward. Is that correct?
It's correct.
That already, to me, is the first big difference between hyperpressive and other fitness disciplines. I mean, the fact that you need it twice a week for 20 minutes means that regardless of how busy anyone is, whether you're the CEO of a multinational company, you're a mother with triplet newborns, you're someone who's juggling everything. Everyone, if they choose to be, if that's important, can fit in 20 minutes twice a week. So that is like first big difference to me. So what's the other differences?
So when I ask what is hypopressive, postural, breathing exercise, decreased pressure, people is going to ask me, and what is the difference with other disciplines like yoga? They are practicing breathing, they are practicing postures. So the main difference is that we work with no pressure in the core. And this is the most important thing. In every single activity in your lifestyle, you do pressure in your core. And manage the pressure inside your core is the most important thing to have a healthy and young lifestyle. Become an older person with a healthy lifestyle, with a healthy body, came from the intra-abdominal pressure. When I explained you the other day privately talking about what is the core? The core is not this main muscle that we used to see in social media, a six pack. This is not the core. This is a muscle of the core. But the core is compound of a lot of different muscles that what they have to do is work that they are made of, work as a corset. Muscles of the abdominal, like abdominis rectus, obliquos, transversus abdominis, back muscles, like multifidus, all of them together gonna give you a stability in your body. So if you don't work them at the same time, you have a risk of injury. That this is happen of the majority of people, no? That is not magic. You don't need to do thousand crunches to have a six pack because this is not gonna work. First, it's gonna damage your body. Second, if you don't follow a good diet and another different activity, nothing is gonna happen. So what I try to make people understand is this technique starts from inside out. We're gonna take care of this inner core, pelvic floor, very important, transversus abdominal, and all these muscles that together gonna handle the pressure that came from a cough, heavy weight, hold your baby, and other single activities that you used to do during your life, started during your life. Have you ever heard somebody who's gonna take something from the ground and do my back? It's a bad manner of the intra-abdominal pressure. Will happen with a mom after have the baby. This core is not strong enough to start again a normal activity, daily activity, like a strong exercises or lift heavy weight. How many times you go into the physio? You can go every day. So when you learn the technique, you practice by yourself, and you start with this corporal awareness, with this control of your intra-abdominal pressure, the flexibility improve. A lot of things happen when you start to practice, but the thing happen quickly, right away. You start to feel the benefits, aesthetic and physically.
Amazing. So because I personally, I was connected through to you through someone else that we mutually know. And I actually asked her the other day, I said to her, how long has she been seeing you? And when she told me that it was only since last June or July, I think it was, and she just said, it's completely changed my life. You know, that's got a, I think that's so powerful because, you know, people who have got grown up children like she does, and she says she was still suffering from things from post having children, and her children are in their 20s, and then she sees you for 6 months and she's like, I'm completely regenerated. That's testament to how powerful it is, I think, because, you know, she's had like, you know, 18 years of doing other things.
The person that you were talking about right now is is amazing. The change that I saw on her. So she contacted me, and she didn't know very well what we want to do together. But in she contacted me through an interview that he showed on TV, and he heard a couple of words that she said, "This is what happened to me." Maybe she hear about back pain. Maybe she hear about bad posture, flexibility. We are talking about that the benefits are so amazing that are for everyone. There is no specific public. Even this technique born for recover a postnatal women. Postnatal women. The person who have a baby is the person who more damage have in the core. You know, the distension of the muscle, the heaviness of the pelvic that is sometimes it's a translation in a dysfunction in the pelvic floor. So this person hears something, and when we have the first interview, I saw her with a desire of change, you know, but she's not a person into the fitness, so nothing crazy. So I said, don't worry, we're gonna start little by little. We're gonna start with breathing. How to breathe? When I said it depends of the person, how you breathe, Sarah? How's your posture, Sarah? How many hours you spend sitting? How many hours you spend driving? How is the neck position that used to put for handle your devices. Uh, Tell me your background. Would you like to change? Let's start. So with her was beautiful because in 2 sessions she said, "Oh my God, I start to feel my pelvic floor just with the breathing." But the class is 20 minutes of breathing, vacuums, and exercise that challenge your body.
Yeah. I think it's so important for people. And also, you know, because we're talking here a lot about women, but I think that the really important thing is for men as well to understand that, you know, that their breathing and their core is so important because that holds the rest of their body up. And they're not talking about pelvic floor in relation to obviously having children, but you know, I know that a lot of men who also have back pain, who suffer because they've over exercised their bodies and their muscles, but they haven't learned to hold everything in a posture that's actually holding it in place. And also, this is a random question, Alexa, but one that I know, does relate to a lot of men is does this hyperpressive have any positive effect on men's bellies? Because there's so many men who, you get to 40 plus and their bellies start to pop out. Does this help with that as well?
Sarah, I sometimes so excited the form that I talk, the way that I talk, because I want to tell a lot of things in a few time when I have this kind of interviews. What people want to hear? People want to hear short time, fast benefits, and the magic word is flat belly. And I said, yes, is what I'm gonna offer to you. But for some people, is listen, how? So it's in this moment when I have to explain a little bit of what's going on in our body. No, if I'm telling you that working out with me, when we finish the class, in 4 sessions, you reduce the waist when you take a measure, you're gonna believe. Try. Why? Because you have to understand that our posture means everything. So if you have a bad posture, if your back is round, if your spine is round, all the pressure going to your belly. And this the muscles of the belly gonna work opposite that we want. Instead as a corset, gonna work out, gonna stay out the muscle. So this belly is gonna be there. What I want you to, if you don't reprogram this posture, nothing is gonna change. Even if you lose weight, if you have a bad posture, you're gonna have a belly. I can show you right now. My posture. Do you see belly? My posture with a back posture. So thinking about that, the posture is the most important thing. Thinking about when we release the pelvic floor, because you said about men have problems with prostata from the 45 years up. The prostata is under pressure for all this pressure that we create on the core. So release the pressure is another helpful thing for a man too, So it's not magic, it's just physical. So better posture, flat belly. Muscles that are working as a corset, flat belly. Release the pressure of your core cavity. Release the pressure in your pelvic floor. For women and for men. And an amount of other things that happen, like a better flexibility, stability. We're gonna have improvement, circulatory improvement. It's a lot of things that happen when we practice the technique. The most important thing, your belly is gonna be more flat belly.
These global faces, who we know the names of, but we're not going to say, that choose to work with you. They don't choose to work with you because you're the only one they can find. They choose to work with you because they're getting something they can't get anywhere else, and it's bringing them results. And they may not be really fitness focused people in terms of, where they're going. So they come to you because they get the results and they can probably do it quickly and effectively.
it just depends of your goals. So me as a trainer, of course, work for celebrities. When you said for who you work, this gives you a name.
Mm.
But so far, it's not my goal. I have a beautiful lifestyle with my classes, teaching others. So I am master coach of the company, and every weekend, almost every weekend, I teach doctors, trainers to spread the word. So I certify people with the company Locus of Fitness. This is a way to learn the technique if you want to learn. If you just want to practice, I work privately, one to one. I work a group of classes. I work with offices, so I do workshop for offices because a lot of companies invest in wellness. So what's better that have your office healthy with a good posture when they spend most of the day sitting? So I work with offices. I work with moms, groups of moms. So the way to find me is going to my Instagram and send me a private message, and you can find there my web. I have a landing page in one you have to know a little bit more of hypopressive, a little bit more about me, my background. And the most beautiful thing is I love people. I love to connect with people. I love answer questions. People, this is very new. So people want to know more before
Mhm.
they start to dig in what is hypopressive, what this girl is telling me, why she's from Spain. There is no trainer in English. Unfortunately, this board, unfortunately, is little by little spreading the word in the United States, in other countries that is not only Spain. But for me, it's very special. And people just say, what is that? She's Spanish? This is new? This is a science base? What's going on here? And then when they start to practice and feel the benefits in 3 days, I said, hypopressive is my thing. I don't have to do anything else. And I don't set only hypopressive, combine hypopressive with other activities. Previous the workout, after the workout, for prevent of injuries, for recover from injuries. So it is something that you have to include in your
Mm.
workout.
Amazing. Thank you, Alexa. I just think, you know, I'm so passionate. That's why we connected so well, because I think we're both like this kind of a little bit crazy passionate about what we're doing and
Have to be careful
connecting.
because
And
I want to tell you so much things inside, and it's too much.
exactly, that's exactly the same. That's why I absolutely love connecting with you, because this world needs more people who are over passionate about the thing that they're choosing to do and spreading the word to as many people. And that's why we've got, for example, this podcast show for a start, because I just, it's so lovely to connect and hear about this, and it really inspires me to be able to learn the techniques more from you. So that's completely on my to-do list. So watch this space. I'll be enrolling in your classes. Definitely. So thank you so much for coming on the show. I think that this show is quite new, which is exciting because it's got so much potential potential for growth, just like what you're doing with Hypopressive. This is new, just like what we're doing as the Wellbeing Portal, which is really giving something to small businesses to empower them to give more to their people. That's new. And so I'm just really excited about this connection together. And maybe down the track it will be great to have you on, and so you could really focus in on giving some tips to how small businesses can implement this in the workplace, because I think that's something that's really key, as well as how businesses that want to help their people can access your skill set and how you can work with them. Because I just think it's really important that these small businesses globally realize it's not out of their reach, and it's not out of their budget, and it's also not out of their time frame. All they need to do is come to you on your Instagram, Alexa_Marine, and and then they can reach out to you. So
Exactly. Easy. Don't have to pass for any website or anything. Send me a text message, a DM, and
exactly.
from there we work.
Yeah. Thank you, Alexa, and so lovely connecting with you. And I hope everyone got benefit out of that. And hopefully we'll have you back on one day, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you. Have a good day, Sarah. Thank you
You
for having me.
too.